Hello, guys. Hope you all are doing great. Yesterday, we spoke about how markets move. Now, I'd like you to understand that, okay, fine. Markets buy or sell. That is the only two things markets used to do. And that's the only two things markets will always do, buy and sell. And because of return to buy and sell, it's going to move in waves. And why is it moving in waves? Is because it's human behavior. We behave zigzag, even in real life. I'm very sure that, like, I don't know if you used to watch all these movies. I don't know, maybe there's this in Nigerian hospital that when somebody is alive, that will be doing zigzag. One person is dead, they don't just be doing straight line. Well, I've not seen it in real life before, but I used to see it in movies. So that's just it. So market is an active place and it has different people partaking. The way me as a trader wake up in Nigeria, Lagos, that buy I want to buy Euro USD. Somebody in Australia is also waking up to do whatever he wants to do on the chat. And even if I told my student, my personal student, that let us look this week, Euro USD and GBP USD is going to buy. The buy happened yesterday actually, and the buy happened yesterday, and today we still saw it started yesterday, and today we still saw some big move in the market. Then yesterday still saw some big move in the market. Even if you want to buy, can you see that we still have some sellers being active in the market? Because that is just the behavior pattern of the market. We are still seeing sellers being active in the market. So today we are talking about supply and demand zone. Well, in trading, anything that has to do with normal transaction in real life, it can be represented on the chart. So I'm very sure that you all understand English. When they say something is a supply, something is in supply, that means it's related to sale. And when they say something is in demand, that means it's related to what buys. So your supply and demand zone is actually the creation of market structure. Markets can do the supply and demand at any point in the market, but that point the market has done the supply and demand, you are going to look into it for maybe the next possible zone to buy or sell from, because you know that buyers are there if it's a demand zone and sellers are there if it's a supply zone. So let me try to represent it. If market goes like this and go 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 like this, this turning point in the market can be seen as supply and demand. I'm looking for something to use to, okay, I think it's always under here. I see that thing. Okay, this point is the supply, and sorry, that point is a demand, and this place is a supply, because this was where the U-turn happened. This was where another U-turn happened. So yeah, to another U-turn happened. So in future, if price come back to this zone, we can look towards buy. We can look to buy. And if markets come to this zone, you can look to sell, but you have to consider who are active in the market. Now, the market is going up. It shows that I told you yesterday that when we want to sell, we go down, and when we want to buy, we go up. So market's actually dominated by buyers. So it will be increased. It's just like when market is dominated by buyers, what will happen? Like when there's a lot of buyers in the market, what will happen? The price of the goods will rise, right? Abi? Abi now, unmute yourself. once buyers are so much in the market, the prices of the
Yeah.
goods will rise, Abby. And I want you all to look at this part of the chart here. Can I see that this numbers here? Can I see that this is 10700? When it went higher, it's down to 10, this thing. These are like price. Do you get? So if it's a market whereby buyers are plenty, the price will start increasing. But if it's a market that's where sellers are plenty, the price will start reducing. If there's a lot of supply, if supply is more than demand, what will happen? The price will fall now because that's why you say buyers will be doing competition. The price will fall. So that is that. So in a market um that's that we're having this, we're having this, we're having this, we're having this. This year, your supply is in control. Your supply zone, you always take note of your supply zone because of that the market is dominated by sellers. And don't go and start looking for demand here because of this is the turning point for buys. No, don't do it because you're not following the market's trend. There's something called trend in the market. We have the uptrend and the downtrend. The uptrend is dominated by the buyers and the downtrend is dominated by the sellers. So let's check our charts and see what we can see. So I told you that a point of a major U-turn is your supply or your demand. And supply or demand is the creation of what? Structure. So let me clone this guy. Let's say at this place, because market was going down, but when you got to this place, it went up. This is a turning point. And in future, when price came back to the place, price bought because this place is a what? Is this place a supply or a demand? Somebody show me and tell me. Is this place a supply or demand?
Demand.
Yes, demand, because as at this point, um buyers are active and we buy at demand, we sell at supply. And can you see that the price is going up because of the demand is because of buyers are plenty. So the price will start going up in the market. And if you notice this one too, although it may not be big, like, but let me zoom in very well. Let me zoom in very well. This one, this points, this point caused a major reversal. And when price came back to this zone, it sold because as at this point they were buying. And for some reason, this one turned from a form of reversal. And they buy and they sold. But it's not that because of supply and demand, you cannot just apply it in every random point in the market. You have other things that you need to back it up with when it comes to trading. You have other things that you need to check for in trading. But I just want you to know that in today's class that at the demand, like all the points, most of the points that cause a major turn in the market is either the supply or demand zone. Yeah, that is where the major turn. And when price go back there, price will buy or sell. Price bought here because price bought in this guy here because the demand is strong in the market. And here too, something like this will also cause a major turnover in the market. This guy here. And when price came back to the point, it still sell, but it didn't really sell much because maybe different reason can cause this. Maybe this is like the sell zone and you're expected to sell. So the sell zone, number one, once your and another reason why you should know when your market is about to change from supply from up to downtrend. And I thought that downtrend is dominated by the seller and uptrend is dominated by the buyer. So the fact that this guy, this one here, this was like my major turnover. Let me make it let me make it okay, let me make it red. This was my major turnover. And I was looking to sell from this major turn. But market failed to obey it and starts buying. Do you get? So the fact that the market has disobeyed my this thing, now the market is now what? Dominated by buyers. So now demand will be active in the market. I don't know if you people are feeling me. So demand will be active in the market. So at your demand zone, it's zone that cause a major turn. As your demand zone, you look to buy because the sellers has been overpowered. And there's a rule that says that for you to know for structure to keep for a trend to keep being active, for example, for a downtrend to keep being active, nothing should violate your what supply zone. Immediately your supply zone has been violated, it is an hint that okay, the buyers are coming into the market. That is the first hint. Buyers are coming into the market. So that's that about that. And you can go over and over again and you see the way this thing keep happening in the market. But most people are trading, they will not see it. Trading is actually very easy. It is not complicated. It's very easy. At the major turnover, yeah. What is that? This thing I'm using, my Sako stuff. Okay. Yeah, was like a major turnover. Price came to around this zone. Around this zone. And bought. Do you get? And bought. Even around this zone, yeah. Price still bought. Around this zone, yeah. I don't know what's wrong with this one now. Let me just be using my triangle, I beg. So around this zone, price still bought. Price still bought. Do you get? It bought to the upside. That's that. Even around this zone, price was still looking towards to sell, but it didn't sell. So it's one of the hints that, oh, buyers want to do their thing. Buyers want to do their thing. So this is how supply and demand form. Whenever the support that supply and demand form is like a creation of support, it's a support structure. So you need to see your supply and demand being active before you start even marking structure. And it's everywhere in the market. It is everywhere. Yeah, markets, yeah, too. Market, a major turnover. Market actually sold before you sold into this what? This was a supply zone. You sold into the demand and it went up. And it went up. But as you can see, let me draw a trend line. This was where sellers were in control. And buyer came in control around this point. So can you see that because of buyers are in control, buyer came in control around this point. Because buyers are in control, can you see that your sell did not really sell well, but it still sold. But it did not sell well because who are dominating the market? Buyers. They don't dominate the market. Yeah, sellers. You can still see all these things. They are what? They are pushing price lower. Pushing price lower. So that's that. This is a very simple way to know your supply and demand zone. The first question you ask yourself is that who is dominating the market? And how to know who is dominating the market? You only need your eyes. You don't need a seer or a prophetess or anything. Even a 5 years old will see this thing. All you need is your eyes. So you ask yourself, who is dominating the market? Oh, it is the buyer or the seller. Then the second thing you ask yourself is, okay, where are the major turnover turning points that will align with what I with the people I'm seeing that is dominating the market as at the time I want to trade. So you mark out those points and you enter, and when you get there, you enter with confirmation. Today's class, well, I'm not talking about confirmation, but I'm just want to show you how supply and demand is everywhere in the market and how you can always keep making money in the market. As long as there's no have supply and demand will always exist in the market, and you always keep making money in the market. So once you spot it, you enter with a confirmation, and there's confirmation is not really covered in this class, but some of you that are trading, that are traders, can figure out with your own personal confirmation and capitalize on this trade, and for you to know which of the supply and demand that will hold. Some will not hold, some will hold. I don't know if you all are feeling me. So that's that about that. I don't know if you
Please,
have
the
eh?
question.
Okay, what
Sure.
what a question?
So,
Eh?
can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I wanted to know, I wanted you to explain the demand zone that will hold. Like, how do you use spots?
Okay, how to know demand zone that work? Number one, you have to know your structure first. You have to know your structure first. And how to know your structure, you use your eyes to see what is happening, to see that, okay, is my structure clearing highs or is clearing low? So if you can figure it out, it's not a must that, oh, because of I want to buy now, I'll cash trade. Yeah, it's not a must. I want to figure out what's the intention of the bank. Mind you, there are people running this thing, which are the big player, and it's their money that is moving the market. Your money is not moving market though. Your money is not doing anything to the market. So you have to see the intention. Hmm? For example, see this up buy move. See how aggressive is this? You have to compare this aggressive move with this tiny, 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 tiny move. No, now. So to show you that, okay, as at now, yeah, buyers are in control. Hmm? Let me clean this thing. Okay, let me just clean my chart. As I say now, buyers are in control. This one has already touched this one, this turning points here. Let me make this thing brighter. I don't know, maybe you are saying it very, but let me make it brighter. This one has touched this turning points. This one has touched this turning points. Do you get? And all these points it has touched something, touched something, touched something. This one has touched this one. So if I want to now buy now, I will go to the one that has not yet been touched. Hmm? Because you want to buy from a very low place, right? You want to buy from a very low place so that we can buy at a cheaper price. So this one was not tap in, and later price came to come and tap in, and it went. So for you to know, you ask that, what is price clearing? If your sellers are active in the market, price cannot be clearing your supply zone. If your demand are active in the market, price cannot be clearing your if your buyers are active in the market, price cannot be clearing your demand zone. So ask now, yeah, now this was meant to be what? A supply zone. But see how market cleared it. So you just tell me now that this particular point, for this point to be violated, at this point, can't say price respected this one. Price respected this one. It might not get into it very well. But why will price disrespect this one? It shows that sellers are not in control of this market with its buyer season. Can you see that immediately this one price came back to this last one? Every other one has been touched. Price came back to this last one and it just boom. See the big move. Just see it. This move happened how many days? 1, 2, 3. These blue lines are days, oh, 4, 5, 6. It shall happen for like, this is looking like close to 2 weeks. 2 weeks of buying straight. Close to 2 weeks. So this is how supply and demand work in the market. It is simple. Even if you don't know how to even mark your structure correctly, just be looking at it is simple. Like if people just want one big grammar, a turning point in the market, look for it. Because whatever can make market to turn in the market, transaction took place there. Whatever make price to turn here, this point, transaction took place there. So you capitalize on it. And now, although there are other things that you have to consider when checking them, like your confirmation, your time frame, and the rest, which is I'm not covering in this class. But I know that with these few things, you can still level up yourself if you are really committed in doing this thing. Yes, if you're really committed to doing this thing. And I used to tell people that trading is the only institution in the world that will give you back reward for your hard work. No other things will reward you 100% for your hard work. So that is it. I don't know if anybody have any other question. It is if I keep showing you, like I said, this place is meant to be a supply zone. But what the price do? Price useless it. Show you that buyers are active in this market. But you always see um pullbacks. Why is the pullback? It's because of you always see all this kind of moving back, moving back. Why are you saying them? It's because of sellers who want to show power. It is market. Sellers who want to show power. That something something. That is just it. That is just it. I don't know if anybody have any other question. And how to get inside the trade. There are different methods of getting to the trade, of which is beyond this class. But there are different methods. You can always figure it out. Some people claim that they used to teach they are self-taught when it comes to trading. No wahala. What is mostly important is that you are making money. That is what is important. They are making money and you're not fooling yourself around because it's very easy to fool yourself around. You can ask question now. Somebody asked me that is the only other block you mark, is the only other block you make use of in your supply and demand zone? Well, that is a very good question. But I don't really use your supply and demand zone is meant to be, it's called, I'm really hearing the English. It's called zone. But other block is just like a refined version of your supply zone that some people claim to. And price might not get to your other block because price does not owe you anything that okay, I must get to price not sign any agreements with you that you to get to the supply to the other block. But price might come to your supply and demand zone. That is certain. But this coming to your other block is not certain. So that's why because of people are waiting for other block, most people will make some nice trade because of you're waiting for your other block. Okay, let us do some quick tests. Okay, other block is the last sell candle to the buy move. Okay, fine. Based on this is 1 hour. Excuse me. This is 1 hour. I don't trade on 1 hour. I don't pick my trade on 1 hour. But assuming you pick your trade on 1 hour, you cover this other block. Yeah. Hmm? You cover the other block here and look to sell from it. Look to sell from it. The other block is even giving us 68 pips. I have never ever have a stop loss of 68 pips before. If I want to partake in this trade, I'll go to a lower time frame and enter and enter from within around this place. I went and read around this place, thought that I'll not enter here. I'll just look for what I need to see, and once I see it, boom, I'm in the trade. Do you get? So that is it. So that is it. See, trading is very simple, for real. The reason why many people always lost accounts or do everything that they did that have bad experience, go and check well. Maybe they didn't really get access to quality information, or maybe they overcomplicate it. If trading is hard, I cannot repeat God, English. If trading is hard, I cannot be doing this thing repeatedly, effortless. I can't. It's not possible. If it's hard, it is simple. Even a 5 years old will trade. A 5 years old will trade very well because it's a simple. Oh, again, ask question. How to set stop loss in such big jump? I've answered this question now about how to set stop loss. You have to know the kind of trader you are. I don't sell stop loss based on 1 hour. I just use 1 hour to know, okay, what is the market saying? And there's one rule that applies to trading, that the higher the time frame, the higher the accuracy of whatever you are saying. So you can just check it on 1 hour, and once you see something that makes sense and on your lower time frame based on what you know. Okay, somebody even reply you that you will simply refine your entry. Yeah, fine. You will refine your entry. I cannot be taking this is something pips now. It's too much. I can't. So I cannot go to lower time frame and see whatever we see there. Whatever that makes sense there. Hope I'll be able to see it here. I don't know if I'll be able to see it though. Oh, I know they have cut it away. You know, sure. They have cut it away. You know, sure. So supply and demand is everywhere on your market, on your charts. It is everywhere. It is everywhere. And some low probability supply and demand, how you not fall victims of them, because someone will have decided to and sometimes there's always fake supply and demand in the market. Let me show you something. This point, this point here made up a turning point. Let me show you how these people actually eat you people up. See how there was reaction as if it was ready to buy, and next thing it cleared them away. This one is my first liquidity that I know that, oh, price is coming back there. But what they fail to understand is that there's something that they say that every unmitigated supply and demand zone will later in the future experience mitigation. So this one has not been touched. So price has to come and touch it for the move to happen. And the price will not just want to touch it like that. Price wants some people to get hot. That is it. Price wants some people to get hot. Price wants some people to be affected. Yes. Price, see, the market is designed in a way that they even want you to lose in as much as you want to win. Like, it is simple. You are coming to the market, you are trading against people that are smart. What are you expecting? You want to come down and be dumb, ni? You can't be dumb, oh. Because if also you are dumb, I'm sorry for you. Market want to collect from you, just so you know. And you have to be smart enough not to let markets to come for you. So can you see how this one now? So people will see something like that and be like, "Ah, I'm happy." They will open their teeth and enter the trade like that. Although I said one thing, and I will urge you to put it in your left hand. See, price they'll be happy. They'll just do something, something, something. But forgetting that all every unmitigated POIs or supply and demand zone, let me just call it supply and demand zone, we experience mitigation one way or the other. So that's that. I have actually this is actually a premium content in case you don't know. So do well to take the most, I mean the best out of it in your trading. Even though you're not trading at all, once and you don't start trading, this particular boot camp I'm having, go back to it and refresh your brain with it. Maybe after you have started trading, it was going to help you a lot. I'm very sure traders here will testify that by what I'm saying. I don't know if there's any other question. I think somebody said something again. What box are those?
Uh, Yeah, I have a question. Good
Okay.
evening.
Good
Thank
evening.
you for the class. Thank you for the class.
You're welcome.
You said that for our demand or supply zone here, price normally touch those parts that has not been mitigated, right? So my
Mhm.
question is, can I annotate? Yeah, I think yeah, I can. So my question is, I'm going to annotate this place now. The place I'm annotating red, that place like price has never touched it. Why did you not say price should get to the gray box oppose touching the red the place I marked red? At least that place price has never touched it. So why did you ignore that part for the next one lower? Thank you.
Price, price ignore is because, as I used to say, there's always fake demand and real demand. If you yourself think about it, if every turning point in the market is demand and supply, fine, there can be demand and supply. Mm? But if everything that you do in the market is being used as demand and supply, everybody will be driving expensive car in Nigeria now. Every trader, I'm not sure everybody deserve to be a traders because I'm not Nigerians. Any small update like this, you see them there. Everybody will turn to trader. But market is not ready to give you free money. Market is not ready to give you free money. Let me even show you something. I don't want to go to lower time frame because lower time frame, I've seen a lot of nice things. And I see something that all time frames are very important. That's what I tell people. I just feel it's because of laziness. People are looking for one, maybe just tell them, I'll let you this time frame, you'll be profitable. But at the same time, trading is easy because if I want to analyze, I look at all this thing within 2 minutes. I know what I want to do. So this zone, let us just mark this zone. Like let's just make it big. When price got there, can't you see this big reaction that happened? Let me zoom out. Big reaction happened now. It happened in the markets. That is one thing. Although, if you look at this thing very well, mm, all this one look like this point look like they have touched. Fine. But this point look like this one, okay, those are trade order block. That trade order block, right? Let us use order block for this guy. I would love to go to lower time frame to show you whatever happened there. So those of you that like trading order block, when markets got there, or the market gave some reaction that it wants to sell, but I'm very sure in lower time frame, it won't give you a very good confirmation. So one of the ways I used to know what we owed and what does not owe is confirmation. Like I tell people that there's no reward for you to cash trade from this extreme from this kind of points on higher time frame. You can cash trade along the line. For example, now this one now. Even though you don't catch this first trade, you catch the second trade. And if you follow me on X, I think I've spoken about gaps on X. You catch the second move. If you're not following me on X, I don't know, you're doing yourself. You're not doing me because I drop premium content there too. So you want to see sometimes if you want to buy or sell, you want to see the intention of the market. You want to see, but some of you are not ready to see. Some of you just want to do it fast, gra, 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 gra. And it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. So that's that. There's something called confirmation, but I think one of the free class I did last year, we spoke about confirmation. I don't know if I should share the maybe if I'm actually pleased with you people's action, I might give you all that video for free. Although it's not part of what I wrote that I want to give you. I'm going to give you what I wrote, I'm going to give you. But confirmation is not part of it. And at the same time, you know that I wish you all the best. And I always the joy is that I see everybody being successful. There's actually no joy in people not doing well. There's no joy. So that's that. So but if people make me really happy, or I can drop the entry or confirmation video that was done last year for my first free class. So that's that.
All right. All right. Thank you so much. One more thing. You were saying that fake demand zone and real demand zone. So is it part of your confirmation that will tell you which zone is which? I mean, which zone is valid opposed the one that is not
Yeah.
valid,
Me
right?
personally, I use confirmation, and again, I also
Oh,
used to use time and price. So
okay.
I use a lot of things for you. Confirmation, time
Oh,
and price. Not really a lot. All these things I say I used to use, I can do them within 2 minutes. I'm done. But how did I get to this stage that I can do them within 2 minutes? It's not that I did not wake up one morning and be that good. I actually studied. So I think the class is ending any moment from now.
okay. Okay. Okay.
But
Got
one
it.
thing you should know is that it is possible. Yes, it is
Sure.
possible. Like all good traders are not born traders. Like I don't have any family member that is trading, but I learned it. It's everything about my mindset for real. So
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
you're always welcome. So the class is meant to end now. Like we have 1 minute more, but I don't know. But if you have any other question, you can still drop. You can still ask. Or somebody's asking me what box are those? I don't know. Do you mean this box?